Hey, ladies, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome you to our webinar today. This is actually our encore from yesterday's webinar, and we're doing it again because we had so much fun. And I know some of you had some trouble logging in yesterday, so we decided to do an encore today to give you all a chance to learn about how to launch your business confidently in the next 30 days. That is our topic for today. My name is Carolyn Saldo. I'm the success mentor for passion-based women coaches, and I want to welcome you here. I honor you for joining me today and sharing this hour and a half with me, and I promise that I will make it worth your time. What we're talking about today is what I have learned from speaking with over 100 of you over the last several months, and also what I learned from being in the coaching industry for over 6 years. And what I found was that a majority of you are lacking a really solid foundation for launching or leveling up your business. And so if you're here today, chances are that you are either brand new, right? You're just getting started. You might have graduated from coaching school, or you're just really ready to change your life and bring your passion business to life, right? Or perhaps you're struggling, and we have some audio issues. Okay, so no sound, visual is not moving either. If you guys can hear me, put a thumbs up into the chat and let me know that the audio is okay. I just want to make sure that you guys can actually hear me. So if someone could just jump into the chat and let me know if you can hear me. Mohita can hear. Awesome. So Cynthia, it might just be something on your end. If you guys are having trouble seeing or hearing me, what I recommend is that you leave the meeting altogether and then you come back in. Sometimes it's just something that, is wrong with the connection, but it usually is resolved pretty quickly once you guys leave and then come back into the meeting. Okay. So we'll do it that way, and then we'll see if that fixes your issue. But to get back to my introduction, I talked to so many of you who are new or struggling in your business. And the common thread in all of this is that you are lacking the key foundation for launching, right? And we're still seeing some people that say they cannot hear. So again, if you cannot hear me, you guys, just work with your microphone or leave and then come back. And that same applies to, a frozen screen or anything like that. That is on your end. There's nothing that I can do, unfortunately. So just leave and come back and you're going to be all good. But I want to really go into the four success pillars of launching a business successfully. And I want to show you that you can do this in 30 days or less. This doesn't have to take long. And I say this because I've done it. When I launched my health coaching business just about 6.5 years ago, it took me almost 18 months to make my business work. But once I had the foundation right, once I had these key foundational pieces in my business, things were flying from me. I literally went from making nothing to having my first premium client in my business 30 days later. And I did the same thing again when I launched my business coaching business. So I know this works, and I see this happening with my clients over and over again. So I'm really excited about being able to share with you how you can launch your business successfully and confidently with the strategy I'm going to teach you today in the next 4 weeks. I also want to see if my business manager, Melissa, is already here. I don't see Melissa. Oh, there she is. I'm going to promote her to presenter so that Melissa can actually manage the chat for us. So Melissa Martinez, she is my business manager. I want to welcome her to the webinar as well. You will see her in the chat, and if you have any trouble whatsoever, she can help you. Because what I'm going to do is I will focus on content and giving you what you came for today. And Melissa is there to take your questions and help you with anything that might be going on. If you have questions, please post them in the chat, and what Melissa will do is she'll write them down, and then at the end of the session, we will have a Q&A. I'm planning to do about 30 minutes of Q&A, So that's the time for you to bring your questions. We can talk about your business, talk about what's going on with you specifically. And of course, you can ask me about anything that I taught you in the webinar, in the workshop today as well. So I'll go through the content and then we'll do a lengthy Q&A in the end. So let me see who is here. If you haven't jumped into the chat yet, please do that so that I can welcome you. I see Cindy is there. That is Cindy Harvey, perhaps my client. Just talked to you. Hi, Cindy. I see Marissa. Krista from Florida says she can hear me. Awesome. Angela, I hope that you can hear me better now. You had some issues with sound. Who else is here? Kim from Buda, Texas. Hi, Cynthia. Good to see you. I love it when I see familiar faces in my webinars. Who else? We have Angel. We have Valerie. Valerie is, she's doing well. She has sound and video. So while you're coming into the chat room, hop into the chat. If you can, let us know where you're joining us from, what it is that you do in your business. You guys feel free to interact in there. This is for you guys to connect and obviously to pay attention to me as well. So now is the time, if you have Facebook open or your phone or Twitter or Skype, shut those off and really do yourself a favor and give me your undivided attention in the next 60 minutes or so. And I'll promise I'll make it worth your while. So let me switch over to my slides and then we're going to go right into the content that I have prepared for you today. So I'm just going to load those. It will take us just a minute to open that presentation. And then we can dig right into the content. Cindy says, yes, it's me. Awesome, awesome. Wonderful. So again, the topic of today's workshop is how to confidently launch your coaching business in the next 30 days or less. And this is not a joke. This can happen for you, and it will happen when you install the pillars that I'm teaching you in today's webinar. And I want to, really start this off by letting you know whether you're right or whether you're in the right place, right? Whether you're in the right place for this webinar. And you are in the right place if you are a new or aspiring coach and you have a unique set of skills and passions and a really deep desire to make a big difference in the world. If you're here because you have this urgency and this sense that you want to heal and teach and motivate others and really serve, right? And really for your work to matter, you're in the right place because this is my tribe. This is why I do what I do. You're also right here if you're a new coach, if you're brand new, and you're looking to confidently launch in the next 4 weeks. So you're ready to go and you're ready to take off. Then you can run with this information and you can really make a difference. Or maybe you've been in business for a while. Maybe you've been in business for a year and a half, but things aren't working. It feels like it's a steep hill, right? And clients are few and far between. Maybe you had a few, but there's no consistency. And it is because you don't have a real business foundation and it's time to level up. So you're not necessarily launching, but you may need to go back to the drawing board to fix what's not working in your business. So in the next 45 minutes or so, what I want to teach you is how to really build this foundation in your business, including what I call the 4 pillars of success and how to go from conception to first premium client in your coaching business. I also want to show you why you need a sweet spot and why this is so crucial and critical for you, but it's not as difficult as you might think. And then I'll show you how to select your ideal niche. And not just that, but also test the profitability of your market. So the market you pick, the niche you choose, is actually going to be able to pay you premium prices, because I'm going to show you how to launch a premium coaching business. Okay, so not just any business, but really position you as the go-to expert in your niche. And that's why we also want to talk about why you can actually afford to be picky and work with clients that will be happy to pay you premium prices, and why being just simply you, right? Living your sweet life. Why that is enough to magnetize your clients with a marketing message that really hooks them in. And then lastly, we'll dig into the anatomy of a perfect premium coaching package that allows you to, let go of low-end offers, let go of one-off sessions, and really empower you to launch your business toward, 5 to 10 or 15K a month with ease. So those are my objectives today, and that's what we're going to dig into the next 45 minutes. So my overarching promise, my big promise to you today is that I want to show you my personal formula based on my experience in the coaching industry for building the foundation. This is going to kickstart your business. When you have this, you're ready to rock and roll in the next 30 days. So I will teach you as much as I can, but I also want to let you know that I will show you how to take it even further. So at the end of this webinar, I'm going to show you what you can do next specifically. And I have a special live webinar only feature for you that I'm going to show you. And this will help you really take it to the next level, whether you're launching or whether you've been in business and you're going back to the drawing board. This will help you really, really take the next step. So stay until the end so you don't miss it and you also don't miss the Q&A. So does this sound like you? Let's take a look at where you guys might be at right now. Are you a brand new coach? I know some of you are going to, certifications through coaching school, the IIN, the Health Coaching Institute. There's many different certification areas out there. And if you want, put that into the chat. Let me know if you actually have a certification or not. Maybe you just have real life experience. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of my clients, like Cindy, that I welcome today, who took her own life experience and turned it into a business, okay? Because you can do it with or without a certification. But the problem might be that you are confused about how to package your passion into an actual coaching business, how to actually make money with your skills, how to make money with your life experience, and how to package that in a way that people will actually want to buy, right? Or you're unclear about who you should be working with and who you should be serving, right? You know what you can do, but you're not sure who wants to buy it. Or you're just in a place where you have some traction, but most of the time you're hearing no's and there's only a few yeses and you're just lacking that steady stream of clients, or you feel unworthy. I know a lot of you, especially when you're new, you feel like you're doubtful and can I really do this? Am I perfect enough? Am I good enough for people to buy from me, right? And am I really ready to make great money doing what I love? So if you're feeling anything like this, if you're in any of these situations, then you're in the right place. And I get you. I understand. I have been there and I want to help you get out of this place. Because the real problem isn't that you have doubts. The real problem isn't that you have a certification or you don't have one. The real problem is that you just don't have the foundation for your successful business yet, okay? And I see that some of you have, Lisa is certified. Kim says she's been teaching and coaching for over 10 years without a certification. Angel says she's brand new, launching when my kids get out of school. I have certifications, but not from the big guys, just small programs. Okay, that's cool. And Mohita says she's finishing IIN this summer, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So you guys see you're all in different spots, but at the end of the day, what you want to do is monetize what your skills are and really, go out there and serve. And so that's what we're talking about today. Because once you have the foundation in your business, you will know exactly what your sweet spot is and you will have a premium package. And that's gonna then allow you to charge premium prices with a professional image. Because once you know what you stand for, what you can offer and what you want people to think about you, you can position yourself as the expert and say, I am the go-to expert in ABC industry. These are the people I specialize in. These are the results I can create. And that's going to make you really, really irresistible to people. So I also want to show you how to communicate your value with a really magnetic message and leave a lasting impression on people with your foundation so that you can have this impact that you want to make on the world. So why am I telling you all of this? It's because competition is fierce. We know there's lots of people graduating from IIN. There's lots of people going to coaching schools. There's lots of new people entering coaching, and it's great because the market is growing. so many more people know about coaching, and we have so much opportunity. Now is the time for you to launch this business. But you're not the only one that knows about this. There's a lot of other people who want to be, become coaches. And I talked to literally hundreds of people over the last couple of months. Many of them I work with right now. Many of them chose my programs. Many of them are still figuring out on their own. But because there is so much opportunity and competition, we need to make sure that we have a solid foundation and we're differentiated. And if anything, this foundation will differentiate you and set you up for something that is uniquely you, because you don't want to be like any other coach out there. You want to claim and dominate that unique niche, that corner in the market that you can then really, not exploit, but really, maximize the return in as a premium coach. And if you do that, I always say you can rise up to penthouse level almost overnight, immediately, with the right steps. So let's take a look at these 4 pillars of success and what you really need to do. But before we go there, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, because I know many of you are either working with me or you've seen me around, but many of you may be new to me. So let me give you just a quick introduction so you know where I came from, right? And I actually started my journey as a health coach. I started about 6.5 years ago now, when my second son was born. And before that, I was in corporate America. I got an MBA in marketing, and I was working in banking for about 10 years, and I always had different positions in marketing. But what happened was that I never felt satisfied with my job. I had a great career, I had a good salary, I had a steady job, great job security. But the work I was doing, to me, was never really satisfying. The thing was, at that point, I didn't know what I wanted. Coaching did not occur to me. I had no idea that coaches even existed until I had my babies, and I let myself go in a really bad way, until I was in such bad shape that I had very bad health issues. And that caused me to change my body and my life around. That was when Mateo was born, my second son. I was just a little over 220 pounds, diabetic, lots of health problems, postpartum depression. And I knew something had to change, or it wasn't going to go any further. So I changed my life around. I lost just about 75 pounds, and people started to notice. So my health coaching business was born out of life experience, out of my ability to fix what was wrong with me, to change my lifestyle, to be healthier, to lose weight, to deal with lots of depression and mindset issues. And people started noticing, what are you doing? Can you show me? Can you help me? So I was coaching on the side, still in my job. I was, helping coworkers and friends and neighbors. And I thought, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever done. I can actually give back. I can actually, serve. So my passion and what lit me up back then was helping my friends become healthier, helping them get off of medications. And it wasn't even for the money, because I wasn't charging anything. I was doing it for free. Until I thought, you know what, there might be a business behind this. I looked into health coaching, and even though I never got certified, I launched my health coaching business. And that's what I did for over 6 years. And it was difficult. I did not make any money. I made a little over $10,000 my first year, but I spent a lot more. And why did that happen? Because I did it myself. Because I had that mindset of, before I can invest a dime into my business, or before I can get help, real help, I need to prove it to myself that I can make this work. And I know many of you have the same mindset. I can't invest before I make money. I can't do anything before I prove it to myself that I'm worthy and I can actually pull it off. Until I broke down. About 18 months into it, I said, I'm either going to give up because I can no longer go on. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have 2 babies. I'm struggling and I'm burning out trying to get my health coaching business off the ground. And I got a coach. And when I work with that coach, that's when I count, right? When I actually get the support. That's when.
I'll call you after a while.
Hold on, somebody is unmuted. Melissa, if you can check who is unmuted and just mute them, that would be great. Awesome. But when I started to work with my first coach, it literally took me less than 30 days to figure out what I really had to do, find my niche, find my sweet spot, package myself in a way that was very compelling, and have my first client, a premium client, no longer selling $97 nutrition plans, but an actual premium package that sold for over $1,000. And it blew my mind. I never thought I could do it, but I did. And then a few years later, I changed direction a little bit. And so I've been working as a business coach to give back again, to teach you guys what I learned in my health coaching business. And I did it again. My rebrand took me less than 30 days to complete. And why? Because I know the steps, because I know what needs to happen. And you can do it too. So enough about me. I wanted you to understand a little bit about, where I came from and what my journey was like. But let's get into the 4 pillars of success as a coach. And as I told you in the beginning, I spoke with literally hundreds of coaches last year and this year, and some of them had show-stopping results, but some of them really struggled a lot. And what I saw as a common thread is that those who succeeded all had installed these 4 pillars. They knew these 4 things in their business. It didn't matter how many webinars they did, how much list building they did, what marketing they did. Because to be honest with you, if your foundation isn't right, your marketing is not going to work. It doesn't matter how much posting you do on social media. If you don't have these 4 things clear, none of the marketing will work. But if you have them, your marketing will actually be really, really easy. And you'll see that. So those 4 things I'm talking about are right on this slide. First of all, what we need to look at is figuring out what unique transformation you can provide to your clients as a coach and what your sweet spot really is. Okay. And your sweet spot is not health coaching. Your sweet spot is what the results will be for your clients when you're done working with them. The next thing we need to know is a very specific niche. And the niche is the people you're meant to serve. Who are you meant to work with? And being absolutely clear who they really are, what they desire, and what they struggle with, so that you can come in as a solution provider for them. We also need a marketing message that hooks. And the marketing message is the core pillar of your marketing efforts later on. Okay, so your webinars, your emails, your website, your periscopes, your Facebook Live, your speeches, your talks, everything you do is based on your marketing message. If the marketing message isn't clear, none of that stuff is going to work. You can host webinars all day long and no one's going to show up. You can do, posting on social media 10, 50 times a day. No one's going to like it or comment or buy anything. Okay. That's why this is so important. And then obviously, you also need a premium coaching package that's ideal for your client. And once you know your transformation, once you know your niche, you can build this package, and I'm going to show you how and how that works, so that this package is going to be perfect for your clients, so that you guys can finally monetize your passions, stop struggling, and do this right. So let's talk about the first pillar, is the unique transformation that you're providing. So what is a unique transformation? What am I talking about here? As a coach, you need to offer something unique to stand out to your clients, okay? And this transformation means what you're offering to your clients. So don't confuse that with the how. This is not how to eat clean, or how to write a resume, or how to do a webinar, or how to post on social media. This is not your how. This is what will happen to them once they have this how. Okay, this is how their life will change, how their health will change, how their relationships will change, how their business will change, and you being able to be really juicy and clear on what that looks like, that big transformation, when they're done working with you. Okay, because when you have this sweet spot, you can really blow people away. 90% of new businesses fail because of 2 reasons. They either are big of promises and they can't deliver, right? They're telling you they're going to do all these things, but they really don't know how, or they don't have a sweet spot. And so, assume that you're a health coach and you don't have a sweet spot. You're graduating from IIN, and now some of you are, for example, and you go out there and you say, well, I can help you with weight loss, but I can do weight loss for women with menopause and weight loss for women who want to be figure competitors. And I can also work with stay-at-home moms and, lose the baby weight. But I could also work with people that have high blood pressure or have autoimmune conditions. And I'm also really, skilled with digestive issues and skin problems. So you go out there and you position yourself as this health coach, and nobody knows what you really do. And nobody knows why they should be working with you, because you don't have a specific sweet spot. Okay, you want to be positioning yourself as the go-to expert for acne, for example. I worked with a coach earlier this year for acne, because you probably can't see it, but my skin can be really bad depending on what I eat. And she came out as the go-to coach for acne. She was a health coach, but she picked that because she had experience with it. And I bought from her because she said, this is my sweet spot, Carolyn. This is what I do, and I do it best. And her coaching package wasn't cheap, but I didn't care because she was the go-to expert. Okay, so you want to have that sweet spot really clear in your mind. So when you get clear on this one problem you solve for your client, then you can be the expert, and you can make money even without spending a dime on advertising. Because what will happen is you will build a reputation. Okay, with this foundation, you're going to get testimonials, you're going to get referrals, and you'll build a reputation that will spread like wildfire, because people will know what you do. It'll be very clear to them. But if you get this wrong, that's the main reason why you might be struggling right now. And there's many case studies out there that show that if you don't have a sweet spot, your business will not work, and worse yet, it's going to feel inauthentic to you, because you're not really operating from your genius. If you feel kind of resistant right now and you're like, I'm not sure if this is right and I don't know what to do, it's because you're missing the sweet spot. Once this light bulb goes off for you, this is going to be a relief, right? This is going to be like this weight is coming off of your shoulders. So you need to be really clear on that one key problem you're solving. So let me show you how to do that. I want to give you some advice. And the first thing we need to do is really stop looking outside of yourself. If you're looking at the 90-day transformation that coaching school is telling you to do, or you're looking at your competition, or you're thinking, maybe I should do this 6-week program, I want you to look inside of yourself, because the best coaches out there are the ones who are teaching from personal experience. And yes, you can succeed by learning, right? I went to school, I got an MBA, and I applied my marketing expertise to my job in banking. That was great. But in coaching, it is really, really impactful if you speak from the heart and if you speak from a personal experience. So any obstacle you've overcome, right? Anything that has made you into the person you are today, that's what you can teach. And chances are that's what actually gave you the desire and actually birth that desire inside of you to help others in the same way. Because you're telling yourself, I did this, I'm pretty good at this, and I bet I can tell other people how to do it too and show them, right? So look at your greatest passions. And this is how you're going to find your sweet spot in your own life experience. So stop looking outside, look inside. And then from there, you're going to be able to create your coaching package and charge premium prices. So do you guys see how this will help you make more money, how you can charge more, how you can, be more convincing and be more unique with a sweet spot? Absolutely. So this is my client, Cindy, and she's actually here with me. So I feel really honored that she's joining us today. But I want to give her as an example because she was able to launch her business based out of her own experience. Okay, so she's an example of taking her HR corporate career experience and using that to craft a really compelling coaching package. She's a career coach, and obviously she has lots of experience in the corporate, HR world, but she also, really followed her passions and she made herself a career that she loves. So she is perfectly positioned to help other business women, career women that are stuck in a career and help them find their strengths, find what they really desire, find what they're good at, and how to do that, how to find that perfect career. So she did that, and I, because she was able to use her own experience, her message is powerful, and I think that's what's helping her get clients in her business. So if you have questions, we actually have Cindy right here with me, which is awesome. So the next pillar is a very specific niche. Not only do we need to know what transformation we provide, but we need to know who we provide it to, who you're meant to serve, okay? And it's not women. It might be women over 50 with menopausal symptoms who want to lose weight, who are working, who are very stylish, city style women, who are very perfectionistic, who like to dress up, who like to buy nice things. You really want to be able to have this client avatar, this profile in your mind. So when you're explaining it to someone, they can close their eyes and they can envision what this person looks like. When you're telling me about your niche, I want to be able to imagine sample people, like actual people that I know, ideally, that fit that profile, because you don't want to be everything to everyone, right? We always hear that, you go out there and find as many people as you can, work with anybody that comes in the door, and you're thinking you don't want to miss out. You feel like, what if someone comes and I don't want to say no to them? But the fact is that if you do that, and I always give this example, if you want to, find a shark and you're looking for a shark and you're trying to bait it with this worm, he's not going to catch. It's because he doesn't like the worm. That doesn't interest him. So if you're out there with a marketing message that is bland, that is for just anybody, this shark that you want is just going to swim by. He's not going to catch on, because he's not even going to pay attention to what you're saying, because your message will not be, your bait, which is the message, will not be perfect for him. So we need to feed this shark what he wants, right? So keep that in mind as an example. That's why you really need to know who you're targeting. Are you targeting a shark or a jellyfish or a goldfish or a catfish? Whatever, lots of fish today here, guys. I'm making this up, but I hope you get this example. Who are you really targeting? Because then once you're telling me, Carolyn, I want to work with these people and this is my sweet spot, guess what? We can build a coaching package that is perfect for them. The steps are there. It's like a blueprint. We built this system and the package is going to fly. The package is going to sell. So this is the foundation of your irresistible package. And once you know what your niche is, your message will follow and your message will be clear, and you're going to get that shark in the door. So you want to become an expert in your ideal client. You need to know what their problems are, and you need to know what their desires are. And this might change over time. Your ideal client now may not be exactly your ideal client in a couple of months from now, but that's okay, because this is a fluid thing, right? But you need something to start off with so that you can create your package and your marketing structures, and this is going to work for you when you launch. So you want to discover what I call your ideal client's heaven and hell, so that you can use those in your marketing message. Because a marketing message that sells is not about what you do. You're not telling them about your program and about the program is 16 weeks long and I have nutritional guidance and I have workout programs and I have, marketing plans for you. And they're going to be like, yeah, just get to the point. What are you giving me here? What is the result? What heaven am I going to be in when I'm done? Because what they worry about right now, what's going on in their mind is they're in this hell. They're stuck in this situation. They want to be over here in this heaven. That's all they worry about. So what we want to talk about is, we get you, client. We know the hell that you're in. We also know you want to be over here in this heaven, and we understand that, and we can give you the process to go there. They may not even ever ask you, how is this going to work? If you can clearly, state that contrast for them in your marketing message, okay? So to do that, we need to get them. How old are they? What's their style? What's their interest? Stages in business, attitude, relationship, mindset. All of these things is what you should be looking at, and they may not all matter for you. Like for me, it doesn't matter if you guys are married or if you have children or even if you're working a full-time job, yes, I consider that, and it plays a role in your life and how much time you have. But, this doesn't really make a difference in how successful you will be in rolling a business out, right? And launching a business. If you're a relationship coach, you need to know if they're married or not, right? If maybe you are a business coach, you may want to know if your clients are new in business or advanced in business and what kinds of businesses they're launching or running. So those are the things you really want to look at, because then again, the more specific you are about them, the more you can hook them with your message and the more you can attract them like clockwork without complicated marketing stuff later. You also want to test their profitability. I always say, let's look at your niche and make sure the niche is actually going to be profitable for you. So a few things you want to look at is how large this niche is and whether you can find them online. Is this a large enough population and can you easily access them over social media? You want to make sure you're solving a key issue for them. Okay, is what you're coaching them on a really big problem for them? The more desperate they are, so to speak, to solve that problem, the more willing they are to hand over their credit card, okay, to work with you. So you want to work on an issue that is key for them. And different things are key to different people, so just make sure that it is an actual big issue. You also want to look at alternative costs. So if they can either work with you or they can go to a doctor or to a consultant or do nothing and suffer with this, what are the alternative costs and what is that worth, okay? You want, ideally, the alternatives to be expensive for them, because then, obviously you can charge more for your services. You also want lots of competition. I believe that lots of competition is a good sign, because that means a lot of people are recognizing that need and a lot of people want to play in that market. I don't care about competition. I think you're all going to be unique. It doesn't matter how many other coaches are out there if you have the foundation built. Yes, there is competition, but with the right foundation, you don't have to worry about it so much. Then you need to look at how much are they charging, right? The competition, and that will give you a little bit of an idea as to how much you may want to charge and if your target market has money. Are you working with children? Are you working with retired people? Are you working with women that have been abused and are living in welfare housing, and it's all, I've seen it all. And the coaching is great, but really, be honest with yourself. Can the market pay you? Does the market have funds to actually pay you? You want to pick a market that has money to work with you. And I want to give you another example. A client that I've worked with actually last year, Dorte, she came to me as a health coach, and she is one of these health coaches that has super skills. She has personal life experience. She is super fit herself, and she really gets it. And she's also certified. She is certified by Precision Nutrition, which some of you may know. But her issue was that she didn't have a niche. Okay, so when she came to me, she had been working with some older people, and she had been working with, some women that just had babies. And I think she even worked with some fitness competitors. And so you can see her market really was all over the place, and she wasn't really sure how to narrow that down. So what we did in her business, the first step we took was to really research her market and look inside of herself to find who she really wanted to focus on. Okay, and so we researched that. We did market research, we revamped her website, we changed her sales copy, we created a brand new premium coaching package for her, and she enrolled her first client as well. And it didn't take very long because clarity was key. Okay, so this was not anything magical. We didn't do 50 webinars. We didn't do, all these crazy posts on Facebook. I know you guys always think that this is there's the secret, but it's not. The secret is knowing what you're doing, having that niche and that sweet spot really clear. And she did that, and she was able to monetize and benefit from that. So define your niche, you guys. You need to look at what it is that, who it is that you want to serve. So first of all, let go of fear of missing out. You will not miss out if you niche yourself down. You will not. You'd rather work with 5 premium ideal clients than 20 not so premium, not so ideal clients, right? And really look at your zone of genius and personal experience when you pick the people you want to work with. And then do your research. You want to talk to people about the solution they really want. You want to interview them. You want to survey them. You want to get clear on their profile, and you want to have that ideal client avatar in front of you before you do anything else. Before the website, before the marketing, before the social media, before the list building, before anything else comes into place. This needs to be installed in your business. And, to sum it up again, before you do your coaching package or your marketing or anything else, really get clear on what that is. So do you see how this is going to make your marketing later really super powerful with the message and the niche and everything in place? It makes sense, right? Okay. So then message, we already talked a lot about the message, but again, this is really key for you guys. You need to have a message that hooks, because that is the foundation of your marketing. All the other stuff, when you hear about funnels and tripwires and all this stuff that gives you a big headache, this will not work if you're not saying the right stuff in the marketing, okay? So you need to craft a message that really hooks. And before you do that, you need to know your transformation and your niche, and then you can create a message that resonates with your clients. Because if you don't know how to communicate that, you will struggle to hook them in and move forward. And the other thing is, again, it will feel inauthentic to you if you do that. So understand why your clients actually buy from you. Let's think about this. Clients buy from you because they know, like, and trust you. Chances are they don't buy from you because you have the very best nutrition plan or the very best way to start a business or the very best way to find a new man for them, right? It's because they think you're real, because they know you, they trust you, and they like you, and because your story resonates with them, okay? And also because they perceive you as the expert. So in your message, you're sharing your story, you're sharing your voice, you're being authentic, you're sharing your life experience, and you're giving them valuable how-to information. And most importantly, really most importantly, you're living the results for them. And that means you can actually show that you have what they want. And if you have what they want and you're living that for them, you're telling them, you're posting on social media, you're emailing them, they will believe that if you've done it, they can too, okay? So if you're operating in a space where you're teaching people something that you have, mastered yourself to some degree, you can live the result for them, and they will believe that you're the go-to coach for them. So these are actually 6 steps, I should say 6, not 5. But those are the steps to a compelling marketing message. First of all, we need to understand your style and personality, whether you're introverted or extroverted, whether you're calm and laid back, whether you're really high energy, right? Know who you are and how you want to be perceived. And then speak your ideal client's language. Know their pain points, know their desires, know how to hook them in with those 2 things, and then speak about the transformation you provide and share that with them consistently. So don't talk about what you do all the time, or I should say how you do it. Talk about what the result will be, okay? If that doesn't make any sense, we can talk about it in the Q&A a bit longer. But really live the result consistently, be the transformation, and be authentic. Authenticity is a big thing in your message, because people will see, they will feel, even subconsciously, if you're not authentic with them. So just be yourself. There's no, secret to creating this mastermind message in a certain way. If you get your client, you know what you're good at, you're the expert in a certain niche, your message will work. And then I want to give you another example. And I'm showing you these testimonials, you guys, because this works. I want you to see that this works in action, okay? This is Jessica Susan Carter. She is a spiritual life coach, and I worked with her earlier this year. And she is a great example of living the story, right? And sharing a message that really resonates with her clients. And Jess overcame a lot. She always says that she struggled with the dark night of the soul, right? When she literally had lost her purpose, she had bad insomnia, stress, and she had a financial meltdown in 2008. And instead of playing small, she decided to take massive action in her life and use her experience to build a business. And what she did is she brought spirituality back into her life in a very pragmatic way. She healed her heart, she healed her soul, and she created a business out of it, okay? And the way she's been able to succeed is by understanding her clients inside and out. Again, Jess does not have a very sophisticated marketing tripwire funnel thing, right? We use those things, yes, but she succeeds because her message is so on point with her clients, and she's authentic. She shares her struggles. She's open about it, right? And people get that, and they see that she's been where they are, and that she can help them move forward. So pillar 4, let's talk about your premium coaching package. This really is your ticket to success. And this is the 4th step in my system. First, we create your transformation. Second, we look at your niche. Third, we get your marketing message where it should be. And fourth, we create a package that sells. And again, 90% of you guys don't have a package that sells, or you don't have one yet. And that's okay too, right? And that's because you're lacking confidence and clarity on your sweet spot and your niche. And maybe you're offering single sessions or, one-off programs. But what we really need to do is create a client journey. Think of your coaching package as a client journey. So, they're here and they want to go over here, and your package is a modular system. You want to create a uniquely branded system where you have phases or steps or pillars or modules, and it shows the client that they have steps to take, and they're doing it slowly, and they're doing it with purpose, and you've actually given some thought to how this transformation is going to happen. They're not just buying 3 sessions and who knows what's going to happen. They're buying 3 sessions, and session 1 is phase 1, session 2 is phase 2, and you know exactly what's going to happen in these 3 phases, for example, right? When you show them this system, they will trust that you can actually get the result, right? They will be confident that you can make it work for them, and they will pay you more. So this has several benefits, you guys. The high-end coaching package is going to attract clients with a much higher abundance mentality. And that means when you charge more, you will actually get better clients. The clients that come in at low-end packages will not change as much. I've seen it over and over again. If you're charging more, you will get people who say, I'm investing in myself. I'm going to make this work. I'm not going to play around. I'm going to get this business off the ground now. I'm going to put myself into this. I'm not going to give up. So this is good because then you actually get the results. My high-end clients, they consistently succeed because they already are at that frequency. Okay. And they still have doubts. They still have fears, but they have said, this is going to be my life. This is non-negotiable to me. So you want those clients too. And so you want to be picky. You want to be picky with who you work with, and don't work with anybody who's not perfect for you, because those people may not get the results, meaning you don't have testimonials, meaning you don't have referrals, meaning, you're not enjoying your work. And you also offer a much greater experience to high-end clients. You have less of them. You may only work with 5 or 6 at a time instead of 20, meaning that you have more time for them. You can think about them. You can email them. You have more time to really invest into them, which is going to help them, again, succeed faster. And at the end of the day, you're going to make more money. You'll reach your income goals faster. And it's a win-win. It makes sense. So designing your premium package starts with the client journey. It's not a bundle of sessions or time. It's a client journey. So you want to look at the transformation that you know by now, and back into it. It's like creating a recipe for success, okay? It's like you're baking a cake and you're thinking about what needs to go into my cake. What are the ingredients? What are the clients doing? What changes are they making? What steps are they taking? What are they learning, okay? And those are your phases, modules, and pillars that determines how long the package is going to be. Okay, if you want to bake a apple pie versus a cherry pie or maybe a chocolate cake, it's going to take a different amount of time to cook this stuff because it's different, right? So don't ever think, oh, I should be doing 90 days because everybody's doing it. No. If you want to do a package that's 18 weeks or 11 and a half weeks, that's fine with me. If you're telling me why your recipe takes that long, I'm fine with that, and your clients will be fine too. So have your milestones, create your session by session breakdown. You want to name this, you want to put a premium price tag on it, and you also want to have bonuses in this program, okay? And then once you have that, don't forget your sales page. And I can't go into too much depth here because we don't have the time, but if you want to see some examples, please feel free to look at my sales pages. The links are right here on this page. There is a specific psychology behind the sales page, and you do want a template. You want to know how to style this, how to write this, and how to make sure that this is on brand, okay? So if you can't do this yourself, make sure that you work with someone to help you create your sales page or get a template for that. So quick recap, what did we learn? We learned about the 4 pillars of success, right? We learned about the unique transformation that you want to provide, that you need your niche, you need to be really clear on your ideal client. Hold on, let me unmute someone, here we go. And when we learned that we need to have a really compelling message in our business so that all of this can come together into a premium coaching package and you launching your business in the next 30 days from now or less. So here's what I want you to know. This is literally today what I've given you, the foundation for your coaching business, and you can do this, even if you're brand new, even if you're struggling, because I've done this. I've launched 2 coaching businesses in the last 6 years in less than 30 days from conception to first premium client. And if I can do it, so can you. And I always say, you have a choice. What I want for you more than anything is to take at least one golden nugget. I don't want you to feel unclear. I don't want you to choose to, struggle with this business and, try to do it all yourself. I don't want you to be the best kept secret in town. And I don't want you to spend an enormous amount of time. I spent 18 months in my business in the beginning. It was because I spent money on the wrong things and I didn't have the foundation. And I almost gave up and burnt out. And I don't want that for you. I want you to take massive action today. Because for you, I want nothing more than for you to be clear on your purpose, on your sweet spot, on your niche, on your package, and actually have the foundation and packages that sell. And once you have that, you can become visible quickly and authentically as well and share your message and then fast track to 5, 10, 20K, whatever your monthly goal is, even as a new coach, okay? So what I want to do in the beginning is I said to you, I'm going to teach you as much as I can, and I did. But I also said I want to help you take this even further, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I want to invite you to join me for a brand new program that I'm launching this month. And it's a unique opportunity to work with me and let me help you install the foundation we talked about today. And this program is called Bring Your Passions to Life. It's a foundational program that's going to kickstart your coaching business in the next 30 days. And I'll help you build your niche, build your coaching package, or I should say select your niche and your message and get all of these things implemented. So let's take a look at what this program actually looks like. I want to show you what that all means. And you guys let me know if you can see this in the chat. If you have any trouble seeing it here, real quick, put something into the chat so that I know that everything still looks okay. But what I want to do is walk you through this program, and I have a special webinar offer for you as well that I want you to see. So Bring Your Passions to Life is the only program that I know of that is designed to help you monetize your passions in 4 weeks or less and really get that foundation for you going. So again, if you guys are feeling like you're the only coach out there who doesn't know the secrets to launching with 10, 15, 20,000 a month, right? Or maybe you're just confused about how to start this and you have the certifications and the life experience, but there is still something missing, right? Again, the bad news is that there is something missing, but it really is very foundational. And what you need in your business is the Bring Your Passions to Life system. I created this because I talked to so many of you this year. And this program was born because of a gap I saw and a need I saw of helping you guys kickstart your business and doing it quickly because it doesn't have to take long, okay? So I'm here to help you if you're struggling and you've never had a client before, but you want to start now, or if you had some clients, but it feels really hard. And the reason it's hard is because your message and your foundation and your package aren't right. And you may not really know what you're doing, what your transformation is, and what your sweet spot and niche really are, okay? So all of this can be yours starting now. And I'm here to do this with you in the next 4 weeks. And I told you in the beginning that I'm telling you all of this because I've been there. I started as a health coach and my business didn't always work the way I wanted it to. I put a lot of money into things that did not serve me because I jumped ahead of myself. I invested in webinar courses and branding courses and lots of marketing stuff, and I did not even have a real package yet. Okay, so you need to really start with the foundation and make sure that your message is clear, and then go from there. And like I said, I was selling $97 nutrition plans instead of taking my clients on a real journey. And once I had that journey, meaning that premium coaching package, it literally changed everything for me. This year, I created 3 signature coaching programs and I sold out every single one of them. And it's not because I'm special, it's because I have the system down that I'm teaching you. So this program was created, again, especially for new and rising female entrepreneurs who want to consistently attract clients. And in 4 weeks, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to help you discover the sweet spot that we talked so much about today. I'm going to help you pinpoint your ideal client and choose the most profitable niche. I'm going to help you craft this marketing message that works for you, your unique marketing message. We also will talk about your brand position, okay, and how to attract clients with ease. And most importantly, create your signature coaching package and a sales page like one you're looking at right now that actually works. So at the end of this, you will have the foundation ready. You will know how to attract your clients and you will be ready to sell them into a premium coaching offering for your first $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 a month as a coach. So what are you getting in this program? You're getting, first of all, a private membership site. So this program and all of the content are there for you for life. This is never going to go away. All of the information will be housed in there. But this is live coaching, okay? So we will be coaching for 90 minutes every single week in the group. And I'm going to teach you step by step how to install these pillars in your business. So you'll be learning what to do and how to do it from me. You're also going to receive coaching workbooks, and I have over 120 pages of instructions for you, but don't be nervous, this is not difficult. Those are actual fillable PDFs and documents with exercises to get you clear, to do the research, to build the package step by step, to teach you how to build your own communications library, okay? So that you have all of these pillars in place. We also have a private Facebook group, of course, and you will be able to access me at any time. I'm going to be in the groups 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, and this is where I'm going to be hosting office hours, and you can literally hop into this group and ask me your questions at any point. And obviously, of course, you can also ask me on the live coaching calls. This is your time to speak with me about your business, okay? And the last benefit here really is that this is a mastermind. This is not just you and me. You're going to be working with like-minded women. We have health coaches, life coaches, business coaches that are already enrolled in this program because we're starting on May 23rd, and you can run your information by them. They're going to give you feedback. They're going to help you really get clear and give you even more support. Okay, but that's not all. I want to show you what bonuses I have. And there's one bonus that makes this worth even if you got nothing else. So the first bonus I have is your sexy sales page template. And this is worth thousands, you guys, thousands. Every single sales page I've done in my business is based on this template, okay? And it was written by my copywriter, Tepsi. And it's literally a fill in the blanks template that we will use in your business to create your irresistible sales page once your coaching package is done. The second bonus is a live ticket to my From Passion to Profits live event. September 23rd to 25th, I'm hosting my first 3-day live masterclass and retreat in Miami, and you're receiving a free ticket. And this is a value of $497. So not only are you going to build your foundation with me in the next 4 weeks so you can get clients, but you're also going to actually mastermind your business and really up level to powerhouse coach status in Miami at the beach in September. So this is phenomenal. I know people are joining this just because they want the free ticket, okay? But this is not all. You're also receiving a exclusive live sales page workshop and training with Tepsi herself. Here she is, my copywriter. So we're going to put on a 90-minute live workshop for you guys where we will show you how to craft your sales page. So not only will you have the template, but you will also learn from, Tepsi is a 6-figure copywriter, how to actually write good copy, what to say, how to hook people on your sales page so that you have a sales page just like this, just like my sales pages that bring in clients with ease. But I always say, the one thing I wish someone would have told me a few years ago is that success only comes to those who take risks to earn it, okay? $5,000 to $10,000 a month will not come to you if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't take risks, okay? The people who play small will have small results. The people who take massive action will naturally have massive results because that momentum will compel them to do more, to achieve more. I see it over and over again, okay? So for the next 4 weeks, I'm here to help you gain that momentum. So let's take a look. In week 1, we will dig into your sweet spot. And you will discover what your personal sweet spot really is based on your experience and your schooling and your certifications and how to really monetize that, okay? And we will use that to really pinpoint how you're going to make a difference and what transformation you will provide. In week 2, we will then look at your ideal client and choose the most lucrative niche for you. You will research them, you will create this ideal client avatar that you need, you will understand them inside and out. I have a specific proven process for how I help my clients identify and profile their ideal clients and their experts in who they're talking to. In week 3, we're talking about your message. So that's when we will talk about the sales page template, we will have the workshop, and we will also teach you how to become a master communicator, okay? You'll be creating communication lists. You'll understand the 7 secrets to marketing communications as a coach, and you will know how to write emails, write Facebook posts, talk on Periscope, do webinars with a compelling message for your market, okay? I'm gonna teach you that. And then of course, in week 4, we will look at creating your premium package, and we will create your first high-end coaching program with the price point of $1,000 or more. We will name it, we will structure it, you will know exactly what's in it, we will have a session-by-session breakdown, and you will finally have a confidence to work with clients and know that you're good enough and that you have what it takes to do that. Now, could you do this alone? I'm sure, maybe, I guess you could. I tried doing this myself for 18 months, but I also know that the do-it-yourself approach creates stress and overwhelm and anxiety. And I don't want you to be in the same shoes that you're in right now. I want you to launch this in the next 4 weeks, okay? So of course you have a choice. You can either do this yourself and grow your business on your own, or you can take these structures and these systems that I've used for myself, that my clients have used, and you can launch the business with ease and have fun and create an actual flow in your business. So if this is calling you, what I created is a special webinar bonus. So I have 2 different bonuses for you guys, and I want to tell you about the first offer that I have for you first. This one expires tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So we have a little over 24 hours left. And what I'm giving you here is special savings when you enroll in the different packages. So we have the VIP package, which includes the 4 weekly coaching calls, the 4 modules, complete access to the Facebook group, all the materials, the sales page template, and the Miami live event bonus. That's a $3,800 value for only $697 today. Then I have the Super VIP package. This one is everything in the program, plus I'm giving you a private coaching package review. So what happens there is you're actually sending me your coaching package inside of the workbook, and I'm going to review it. I'll make edits, I'll rewrite it for you, whatever is necessary so that we can be sure your package is going to sell. And as a Super VIP, you're also invited to the 90-minute guest training with Tepsi to write your sales page. And that's a $5,300 value, and you're receiving this for $1,197 today. And then we have the Elite package, okay? This one is for those of you who really want it all. And in this package, you receive everything that we just talked about, and you're also meeting with me privately. Because I know some of you guys want that private touch. You want to talk to me. You want me to discuss, everything with you. And so we're going to be meeting for 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, and actually look over your coaching package, look over your niche, look over your message, and just put the final touches to make sure everything is going to fly. So if you're considering the Elite package, I have another special bonus, but let me show you the payment plan options first. So if you're someone who wants to choose a payment plan, I can offer you that as well. The VIP package today is only $400, 2 payments of $400. The Super VIP package is only 2 payments of $650, and the Elite package is only 2 payments of $850 today. So you're paying just a little bit more compared to what you would if you do the upfront, but this is still a phenomenal value. But here is my really big fast action bonus for you today. Because you're on the webinar, I wanted to give you something really special. And this expires in an hour from now. You have an hour and 20 minutes to sign up for this, and it's limited, okay? This is only for the next 20 people, and it's limited in time as well. And this is the Elite package with everything, the entire course, all the materials, the Miami ticket, the private package review, as well as the coaching session with me. Everything that you're seeing in here. And I reduced it to $1,197 or 2 payments of $700, okay? So you're actually saving $500. This is a $500 savings if you're purchasing this in the next hour and 20 minutes. So you can do that right now if you want to be one of the first 20. This will expire and shut down as soon as we have 20 people in the program or the time runs out. So let me switch back to my presentation, because what I want to do now is go into a little bit of Q&A with you guys, and then we can talk about the program, or we can talk about your business or anything that you have top of mind, and really dig into that information with you. And I also want to give you the link. If you guys are ready for this right now and you want to take advantage of the webinar bonus, the URL is premiumcoachingprogram.com. And I can bring this up on the screen for you so that you can see it, but it's premiumcoachingprogram.com. You can go right there and take advantage of the fast action bonus. So with that, let me bring up the slides again, and then we will go and bring Melissa live with us. And then we can take a look and see if somebody has questions, and we can talk a little bit about what's going on. So Melissa, you already made a presenter. So all you need to do, I believe, is unmute yourself, and then we can take a look and go into some Q&A. And awesome. So you guys, if you have questions, now is the time. Put them into the chat box, and we can talk a little bit about anything that is top of mind for you. Business, marketing, the foundation, bring your passions to life, all of that good stuff.
We don't have any questions just yet. However, when does the course start again?
Oh, the course, yeah, good question, Melissa. The course starts May 23rd. So May 23rd is our first day. That's when we start with Module 1. And that week, we're going to have our first coaching call, and you're going to be able to access your bonuses as well.
We're still waiting for some questions. And I know there's lots of people on.
There are, yes. Let's see.
Here we go. So Krista was wondering if she's understanding sweet spot correctly. So she says a sweet spot is my transformation story experience that I can give, and a niche is the type of person.
Absolutely. Yeah. The sweet spot is a transformation you can give. It is what you really specialize in. You know, you're specializing in curing cancer. You're specializing in weight loss. You're specializing in you know, finding your ideal career. You're specializing in launching businesses, and your niche, yeah, is exactly the type of person you work with. So you want to be very specific as to, you know, who they are, and so that you can really understand what their challenges are. So if you think about I always go back to the moms, right? Because I'm a mom. A working mom versus a stay-at-home mom, or even better, a mom versus not a mom. You know, there are two completely different women, and chances are they have two completely different outlooks on life and interests and things that are important to them. So, you know, you want to be, you know, really digging into what your ideal person really wants, so that you can craft a message and a program that is really compelling to them. And that's what's going to make them feel like you get them. You know, when you can speak to their lifestyle. When they come to your website, on your homepage, you want them to feel like, oh my God, Krista knows me so well, right? You want this person to say, she gets, you know, what I'm dealing with. And I'm not sure, Krista, what your niche is, what your industry is, but you get it, right? You want to be that compelling in your communications. And the only way to do that is if you really know who you're talking to. But great question. Yeah, we had some questions around this yesterday, and we had to do some clarifying. So thanks for asking. That is a really good clarifying question. Absolutely.
Do we have any other questions?
Anything else, you guys? This is the time. We have a good 15 minutes left that we budgeted. Melissa and I will be here until about 2:30. Unless there's no other questions. Maybe I've done a super job today and answered all of the questions, but I doubt it. So if you have anything you want to talk to me about when it comes to your business, I see Stephanie is here, and Vanessa, Felicia, I see Michelle, I have Mohita, Marissa, Krista, Kim, Cindy is still here. I have lots of people. Unfortunately, you people on the phone, we do not have a way for you to jump into the chat. So that is the disadvantage on the call. But if you have questions for me on the program, I want to say this too. If you have questions on this program, you can email the support team. So email into support@carolinsolo.com, and we can answer any questions you have right there about, you know, the program, whether this is right for you or not, whether this is the right time. We'd be happy to help you with that.
Somebody, I believe it was Krista again, was asking if we still offer the breakthrough session call.
Right now, I'm really busy, Krista, with my clients. And if you do desire a breakthrough call, I'm not sure if we already talked or not, but if we haven't, email into the support team and we will get you on the calendar. So I'm not officially promoting breakthrough sessions at the moment, but we can accommodate you if you're considering those. So email into support, and that will go to Melissa, and Melissa will be able to figure out what works for you from a timing perspective.
Kim was asking, what about the need for certification? This one always comes up. Does it bring a big ROI?
I think the certification, it can bring a big return on investment, yes. But I also see a lot of people hiding behind it. Okay, if you have the life experience to help people in any way, shape, or form, that is enough for you to make great money as a coach. It's never held me back. I'm not certified. I went to school, right? I have a master's degree, but I don't have an actual coaching certification. And I see thriving coaches who got never certified, and I see thriving coaches who got certified. So I think the certification is not really a determining factor. Yes, it helps when people see that you are certified. It definitely helps for sure. It also gives you the know-how. It gives you the confidence to say, I studied this and I learned about this stuff, right? And I educated myself. I think it gives you that know-how. And if you feel like you're missing how to do something, you're not sure how, studying it, of course, is going to help you. But if you come to me and you say, I have these skills and I know I can serve and I want to do it, certification is the last thing I'm going to look at. It really is the last thing. If you say, I want to be a health coach, but I have no idea about health, then I'm going to send you to coaching school. But building the business has nothing to do with being certified.
Good question.
Yeah, comes up all the time. And really, I see a lot of people that are hiding behind it. They say, oh, I just don't know enough yet. I need to study more. Or I just need to finish my program and I can't build a business yet. But if we're really honest with ourselves, I think a lot of times we're just, it's just fear that's holding us back from really jumping into it.
I think it's also that imposter syndrome. People feel that they have to have a piece of paper to make them.
Yeah. Make them worthy, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think in the beginning, we feel like, can we really do this? Are we good enough? I had someone commented in my Facebook group this morning, and she said she has fear because she wants to be a health coach, but she's not perfect. She said, I'm not always working out. I'm sometimes eating badly, and sometimes I feel like I really don't want to do this. And how can I be a coach if I'm not perfect myself? And I looked at it and I said, this makes me really sad because your clients are not buying from you because you're perfect. And that's actually not even good. If you're always perfect, you're setting this example for them to be perfect too. And they don't want to be perfect. If they see you as this goddess on the pedestal and you're always thin and you never eat anything bad and you're always working out, 3 hours a day, they will feel like this is not even achievable for them. So, really what serves you the best is to just be yourself, be real, and perfection is not necessary, not in your marketing, not on your website, not anywhere really, to make this work.
Krista says, sometimes an experience or transformation is not something I get a certification in. How can you still come off as an expert if it's an experience?
Because you lived it. Because you know it so well. Coming off as an expert has to do with you sharing valuable information, right? So you want to share a lot of how-tos. You want to share a lot of, steps, like I did today. These are the 4 steps for you to build the foundation. You want to share a lot of, actionable information your clients can, take and then get some momentum. So they will judge your expertise based on what you share. And if you have experience in something, you're just sharing your experience. And I think that's the most powerful experience you can ever share. If you talk to someone and they said, oh yeah, I went to the IIN, and not to, this is a great school. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I got a certification, or I have a master's degree, right? I have a master's degree, and I learned how to advertise in a really great way. You're going to say, okay, that sounds pretty good. But if I go out there and I say, hey, guess what? I advertised, I ran a marketing campaign that brought in $500,000 in new business to the bank. I'm going to say, you did what? That's my experience talking. So if you live it and you do it and you have the result for yourself, people are going to say, they're going to pay attention to that. If you say you learned about it somewhere, that's still good, but it's not as powerful. Really good question.
She says, thank you for putting it all together for her.
Absolutely.
There's a way of doing that. Carolyn can always put it all together in a perfect package.
That's what we try. Yeah, absolutely. What else? Who else is there? My gift, yes. What about, I want to wake you guys up a little bit because I know you're still there. We have, how about, we have Shondell Hayes here. We have Liz, Meredith, Mary Alice. Lots of other people still here with us. Who is looking to launch their business? Are you guys ready to launch? Maybe we should do a little poll. Who is working with clients, or who is ready to launch their business? And what are your biggest struggles? If you guys are all good and ready to go, that's awesome. So Kim, what are some of the things that you feel like are holding you back? Or is there anything that you feel like is keeping you from really launching it fully? Because I know you guys attended this for a reason. You want to know how to launch your business in the next 30 days, right? Otherwise, you would not be here. Fear of failure. Mhm. Why do you think what would make you fail? What do you think is going to make you potentially fail? What could go wrong? A lot of times when we have fear, we can kind of take the power away from that fear if we just look at what's really behind it. Is this really, a valid fear that I'm having? And if I put the right pieces and the right steps in place, why would I be failing? Mary Alice says she's ready to launch. Mohita says she's working on her website, but want to get a program set up before I go public. Yep, that's the way to do it. You want to have your coaching package ready before you launch. Absolutely. That way she's ready when she graduates from IIN. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So Kim says she's not able to make any money and needs the monetary support. Yeah. And that's the thing with investing. I have to tell you that too. I never had the money to invest. I didn't. I invested in my business and the money followed. I invested in my coach without making anything. I was in debt, as a matter of fact. That's why they call it an investment in your business. And that's why it's a return on investment. It's not, having the return first and then investing. It doesn't work like that. As an entrepreneur, ask any entrepreneur out there. They've not built their business on their own. They've invested in things, in resources, in a mentor, in, people that help you with technology, and, website people and whatever. And you need to, be picky about what you invest in. You can't be spending, all this money right away, but you do not need to do this by yourself because, think about it too. If you're not ready to be coached, and if you're not ready to, and not even coaching, don't even think about me. If you're not ready to say yes to yourself, who in the world is going to say yes to you? If you put that energy out there and you're all, I'm not ready, I'm not sure if I'm ready, I don't know if I'm good enough, I'm kind of fearful, I'm not really in it 100%, that energy will come through. It will come through anything you do, the way you write, the way you speak, the way you post on Facebook or anywhere. And if you ever have a sales call and you're not really invested in yourself fully, the person on the other line will not invest in you. They will sense it naturally. It's the energy that you have. But when you do that, when you step up and you say, I'm going to do this, come, hell or high waters, this is going to happen for me and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I'm scared to death because I invested a lot, but this is going to make me work even harder. You'll take yourself more seriously. That happened to me. I stepped up. I wasn't hiding anymore, right? I said, I invested a lot of money now, but I have someone that can help me go there. And I got more confident. I spoke about myself differently. I actually called myself an expert. No one's ever going to call you an expert, ever. They will not show up, all of a sudden one day and say, hey, Lisa is the expert in this. You have to tell that to yourself. You have to call yourself the expert first before anybody will call you that.
Vanessa has a question. She has a website that she's creating content for, and she wants to know what the first step should be. She has, let's see. Should the first step be finishing the website, then creating the coaching package, and then the coaching program? Or what order should she do it in? Because she wants to make sure she directs her funds appropriately.
I would create the website when everything else is done. You can, as far as the website goes, you can probably create, buy a domain for like $15, $15. Buy it in your name or buy some other domain, and then maybe think about maybe some colors and stuff like that. But before you create a brand, which your website is your brand, right? It's your brand name, your tagline, your copy, the text. Before you create anything like that, you need to know your sweet spot. You need to know your transformation. You need to know who you're working with, and you need to know what you're offering. Because your website designer is going to say, okay, so who is our target audience? Who are we talking to? What is your message? What marketing message needs to go on here? And you will not have answers to any of this stuff if you don't have the foundation. So my recommendation would be get really clear on what you want to do, launch this business, and you can even get a client without a website. If you don't have a website in the beginning, there's ways that you can create sales pages with different technology without actually having a website, and you can have clients without ever. I have clients that have no website and they have clients. And we're building their websites now. But they are so influential and they know so well who they are as a coach and what they do that we can still leverage social media and we can still make money with their business, even if the website isn't there. So that's my recommendation for you to say, okay, if there's limited funds, build your foundation first, and then look at your branding and website and those structures for your business.
Good question.
Absolutely.
Do you have any more? Any questions on programming?
Program questions, business questions, anything. Yeah, Vanessa, if you're considering it, jump into the Elite package. It literally is an amazing program. You get to work with me privately. I'm going to help you put this together, from start to finish. You're going to be in this community with other women. And the program is already filling up, so I know we're going to have a great group. It will be fun, and I've never done this before. Usually my programs are much longer. They're usually, 4 to 6 months long, and I have some that are 12 months long. But I created this because I know you guys need it. When I talked to you, the foundation wasn't there. And this program is built because, you need those 4 things to get started and nothing else. And then obviously there's a lot more you can do later on. But once you kickstart yourself with this foundation, you're good to go.
Is the package going to be she says, is your package year round? I set a goal for business launching next year before seeing this. I just bought a house.
No, it's not. This is right now. I'm not sure exactly what will be available next year. I really go by what the demand is right now. And so the program actually closes. It's going to be open until May 22nd. It'll be the last day. The price will go up. So if you consider this, I would say go and get it now, because the prices will go up and you're not going to see this at this price ever again. And then we're closing it on the 22nd, and then I'm going to be working with everybody in the group. So Krista, I won't be able to offer this to you next year. And but I really feel like, this is your time. Why wait? There's never going to be a perfect time. I launched my business when I had 2 babies. My older son is now 8, but he was just about 2. My younger son was like 3 months old. He was a baby. I had a 9-to-5 job. I had a husband. And it was hard. It was hard, and I had a million excuses. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. My kids need me. But I knew that I wanted a different life. This is not just about the money for me. This is about doing work that I'm meant to do. And this is about connecting with people from all over the world. And me working from home. And I actually now have the time to go to my kids, and I go to field day. I go to Mother's Day tea, right? I'm not in my office 9 to 5 and people are looking at me if I have to take a vacation day. I make my vacation days. I go on vacation with my laptop and I coach my clients from Florida, from the beach, if I want to. It doesn't matter. That's the kind of life I wanted. So to me, whether or not I was ready wasn't even the point. There's never going to be the perfect time. If you want this, you go for it.
Could you put up the 3 options again for the coaching packages?
Yeah, we're going to have to switch over to the desktop real quick. I'm going to share the screen so that you guys can see it. So here we go. So the 3 options are VIP, Super VIP, and the Elite package. So in the VIP, you receive the entire course, the 4 coaching calls, the 4 modules, the sales page template that Tepsi provided. That's the basis of all of my sales pages, as well as the Miami event ticket. Don't forget about this, guys. This event is not even really live yet. You're going to see me promote this over the next couple of months, and I'm going to have about 150 coaches there. And they will be from all over the world. I have clients coming in from Scotland, new people coming in from Australia, from Canada, from all over the US. And this is going to be 3 transformational days in From Passion to Profits Live. So if you want to kickstart your business now, you're going to work with me for 4 weeks, and then you'll come together with me in Miami for a private VIP day. So you'll have the 3 days there, and one of them is actually a private client VIP day where we're going to be talking about your business amongst the other women that are working with me. So this value is unbelievable. So don't forget about this. The next level up is the Super VIP package. And that one is the VIP package plus 90-minute training with Tepsi, where we will show you how to write your sales page. And you're also going to get a review from me on your coaching package. So your coaching package is going to be built in this program. And once that is built, you're going to send that in to me, and I'm going to actually look at it. We will talk about this on our calls too, obviously, but I will actually take out my pen and actually, look through everything in depth. I'll look at your modules, I'll look at your, your sales page, and I'll give you feedback and maybe even make edits if I need to. And then the Elite package is all of that, plus your meeting with me personally. So that is the most, the limited one, and that is the special offer that I have today. The regular price of this is $15.97, but the webinar offer is $11.97. Okay, so you're actually saving a couple $100, which is a phenomenal deal on this. And we're going to be meeting over the next 4 weeks. You'll be scheduled on my calendar. We'll get together and we actually talk personally and make sure everything is launching the right way for you and your business.
Do the Super VIP and the Elite also include the Miami ticket, correct?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they include that. They also include the 6-figure sales page template. Yeah.
And so pretty much, in 4 weeks, they could have their package ready to go and be making money.
Yes, that is my goal. Absolutely. Package ready, message ready. and ready for you guys to really start advertising. And from there, the advertisement is not going to be hard because your message will be done. You know, when you're doing webinars, when you're doing, email marketing or list building, what I'm teaching you in this program is going to set you up for marketing success because you will know what to say. Okay. There won't be any questions about, how to position yourself or what your clients really want because you're going to have that foundation done. And yeah, you're going to get the Miami ticket no matter what.
So for Krista, for example, she was concerned because she had just bought a house and all this stuff, but technically she could see a return on investment within 2 months of the program, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, Krista.
Doesn't have to take long, you guys. A lot of times we're making it harder than it needs to be. There's no magic. Don't look for the magic wand out there. I've been as transparent as I can with you guys today because I want you to see that this is possible for you. Nothing that I'm showing you here is going to be difficult for you to do. You just have to figure out, how to do this, and I'm going to show you how, and take the steps. Really take the steps and get in there. Yeah, absolutely. Take that action. I see it all the time. Even with you coming down to Miami, do you know what kind of impact that's going to have when you come there, when you actually get out of your house, you get out of your routine, you get out of your pajamas, and you experience, being with other really high vibrational women, really motivated women. And, you're going to be learning about mindset. You're going to be learning about, the business secrets. All of my strategies will have, industry expert speakers. We're going to have sponsors there. There's going to be yoga. We're going to have evening ceremonies. We'll have a cocktail hour. So we will make this into something really transformational for you, and have that be a lot of fun at the same time, because it is Miami and you have to have fun in Miami. There's just no way around it. So yeah, so absolutely, Krista, I would love to have you. She said she's working it out, which is great, and I'm here. I'm confident in this program because I've seen it work over and over and over again. I've used the system myself. This is my bread and butter as a coach, and I know that if you follow the system, you will get the results.
Do we have any more questions for Carolyn about the package, about your niche, about your sweet spot, anything? It's the time to ask.
Awesome. Yeah, Kim, you're in it as well. You're working on it. Wonderful. So if you guys have any other questions, email me or email over to Melissa at support@carolynsolo.com. And I would love to have you guys in the program. We're filling it up. And because you were here with me also live, I wanted to give you a chance to ask me about it, a chance to have, access to the special elite package offer. And that's going to be up for another 50 minutes. So you guys have some time to look into that, or choose the payment plan. You can, just go with the payment plan, 2 payments of $700. And if that doesn't look good to you, you can go with the VIP package, make 2 payments of $400. That's still an incredible deal. You get the ticket, you get the sales page template. And don't forget, you guys, you're going to be in the Facebook group with me. So even if you say the elite package is not doable, and I get that, you still have me. I'm going to be there on the calls with you. You are in the Facebook group at any point in time. You ask me a question there. I am yours. So this is not something that is do it yourself. This is not an e-course. Okay. This is live. So I'm going to be there live on your side in this program.
The webinar special for the elite package is for the next 50 minutes, right?
It's just for today. Yeah. The elite package, that one expires in the next 50 minutes, you guys. Yeah. Because that is a huge discount. So that expires in the next 50 minutes, but then you can still get the regular webinar special, I'm still giving you a discount on all of these options. And that expires by tomorrow night at 6. So you still have time until tomorrow at 6 if you want to choose the other options, either the upfront or the payment plans. But if you want that elite ticket, that elite package with me at this discount, that's only good for the next 50 minutes. Awesome. Okay, it looks like we lost most of our phone callers because they couldn't ask any questions. We have to come up with a way, Melissa, to get them into the webinars, but maybe that's a technology question for any meeting.
We'll have to look into that for sure.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like we don't have any other questions. So again, I want to thank you, Melissa, my lovely business manager, for supporting me and supporting our attendees in the chat and on the webinar today. So love you and appreciate you. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah, and of course, thank you to everybody who attended and joined us. Again, our apologies for the technical difficulties that happened yesterday. It's technology, and we cannot always control it. But we did the encore today, and Toy, yes, there is going to be a replay. It looks like technology was on our side today, which is great. So I will be sending the replay as soon as it becomes available. Within the next couple of hours, you should see that in your inbox. So I'll be emailing that out to everybody. So yeah, so with that, I really truly hope this served you. I hope that you got what you needed from this workshop, and you saw that launching is not hard. If you have the foundation, you can kickstart your business in the next 4 weeks. And I'm here to reach out. I'm here to help you do that. And yeah, so thanks again. Hope to see you on a future webinar, and have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody. And Melissa, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.